context, if an English person should tell you, I love you, then they really, really do, because they don't use that
They're
careless.
telling you about their feelings towards you.
They're telling you about their feelings. So you need to know the difference between the two.
Hi, love.
Hi, love.
I love you.
I love you. It's not the same.
Yeah.
But if an African man should tell you, I love you, Elizabeth, what will you do?
Run for your life.
If an African man should tell you, I love you, run for your life. Do you know that song? Run for your life.
I don't know.
Run for your life. Oh no, we're just joking anyway. But really,
who are truly meant
yeah,
it.
we're just joking. But the truth is, if an African person is telling you, I love you, it might be true, but in most cases, it's deceit.
Yeah.
Is deceit. Yeah, is deceit. And the reason is because I think we don't know the weight of such words. You know, we don't seem to realize how heavy. So if you don't mean it, don't say it.
Yeah.
That's what we're saying here. If you don't mean it, don't say it. You don't have to. Hi everyone, this is Abby.
And I am Elizabeth.
Nice to see you again.
Good to see you too.
Yeah. So today we have some, things we'd like to share with you, right, Elizabeth?
Yeah.
Particularly if you're coming into the UK for the first time.
As an international student.
Or maybe as an immigrant even.
Or maybe a naive traveler.
Or a naive traveler. So these are things, not things. These are
the fundamentals you need
some of the fundamentals, not just these are some of the fundamentals you need
to have at your fingertips.
At your fingertips, because you will come across them, okay? So they're just words, okay? So they are use of words that we just feel we should share with you. It's funny though, but well, yeah. So in doing that, we're going to be looking at those words and what's the literal meaning now, especially in our own country. We'll be looking at the words and the literal meaning in Nigeria and what it means here, right? Is that what we're doing?
Yeah, definitely.
All right. So we've got 5 words that we like to share with you. So if you're coming in new, you might come across these. So when you hear this, you won't get lost like we did. I bet I did.
Yeah.
Did you?
Same too.
So that you won't get lost, or you won't be lost in thought like, what the hell are they talking about? Okay, so let's get started. Right, so the first word we like to explore today is ports. Ports.
So can anyone tell me what comes to mind when you hear the word pot?
When you heard the word pot, what came to your mind?
Well, I was like, oh, my cooking pot.
Your cooking cooking pot, exactly.
Yeah.
So you hear the word pots all the time.
Yeah.
Pots. It's very common. And when you hear the word pot, literally here, what it means is plates, spoons, cups, cutleries, everything. So you can hear things like, oh, can you do the pots? It means, can you wash the dishes, like we say back home.
Don't think that they told you to go and bring your cooking pot and start washing.
Let me share an experience with you. The very first time it happened to me, I think I was at work, then I was still doing care. So the shift coordinator wanted needed someone to go sort out the dirty plates, spoons, cups, and all that was used at mealtime. And then, so she asked, "Oh, Abby, are you happy to do the pots?" And I said, "Yeah, yeah, yeah, yeah. Why not? Yeah." And she said, "Oh, thank you. Just go in the kitchen. The pots are all in there, all over the place." So I went in the kitchen and I was looking for pots. So I didn't, I didn't have the slightest idea that she was talking about the dirty plates, spoons, cups, or cutlet, all sorts in the sink. So I went into the kitchen looking for pots. Unfortunately, there was no pot in there. There was no cooking pot. So I was there looking and looking. I became more confused.
Can imagine the look on Abby's face.
I was I was confused. So, I summoned courage and went back to her. I had to go back to her to ask her, and, I told her there are no pots. I couldn't see any pots in the kitchen. She said, "Oh, there are. They're in the sink." And then she took me and showed me. So I got it. Then I said, "Oh, Abby, pots.
Pots,
Pots.
not your cooking.
Not your cooking pots." So when you hear pots, they're talking about everything, It could be clean pots, it could be dirty pots, but they're talking about
It could even be your flouring pot. Yeah,
everything.
everything.
But why do they call everything pots?
I just don't know.
All
Just
right.
can't figure it out.
So that's it. The first one, pots. So when you hear pots, just know that they're talking about everything. It doesn't mean you're cooking pots. Okay. Don't get lost like myself. I know it happened to her too.
Yes, it did.
Right.
And that brings us to the second popular word you hear mostly, virtually everywhere in UK. It's called poorly.
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 So when they say someone is poorly, what comes to mind? As in a typical African lady or African person, a Nigerian person.
What comes to mind? Well, the first time I heard poorly, I
was
thought,
like,
"Oh my God, they must be suffering.
Yeah.
Oh, they must be so broke."
Yes, that was the first thing that came to mind. Poorly, I'm like, that must be a very devastating situation for the guy. He must be suffering
They must
terribly.
be suffering. They must be broke.
But this poorly is nothing else than you being sick.
Yeah.
You just say, oh my God, Elizabeth, you're poorly today. You didn't come to school. You didn't come to work. You'll be like, "Oh, yeah. I've been poorly for like maybe a week or some days." They'll be like, "Oh, sorry. How are you getting on now? I hope you're well." Not like if they say poorly, you'll be like, "Oh, this guy is a broke ass guy." Oh my God.
He's dead broke.
He's dead broke.
Oh my
Hey,
God, this
oh
guy
my
is
God.
suffering.
He
Oh.
needs pity.
Oh.
You need to pity him, Abby. But that's not exactly what they meant.
So poorly
They
means
sick.
sick,
That
like
someone
we
is
say,
sick.
someone is sick or someone is ill.
Yeah.
You've been poorly. Oh, I've been poorly over a couple of days now. Oh, I've been
Thank
poorly.
goodness
Oh, I
I'm
think I'm
now
all right
better.
now. So when you hear poorly, just know that it's it's not, you're not broke.
Yeah.
No.
Rather you're sick or ill.
Ill, yeah, or maybe someone is just checking if you're all right. Okay,
Yeah.
so that's the second one. Number 3, Elizabeth, mealtime.
Yeah.
Oh my God, mealtime.
It took me a couple of times before I kind of wrap my head round about the meal times that UK have in this place. Because initially when I came in and they said breakfast, everybody know what breakfast is in Nigeria.
Yeah.
Then they will now say dinner before tea. I'm like, oh God, how can you have dinner before tea? What are you trying to tell me? So Abby will throw more light on that and tell us what he meant by the meal times.
Interesting. So here in England, I don't know, maybe it's the same elsewhere. I'll say here in the UK anyway. Meal times. So we have breakfast, which is what we also have in Nigeria, and I suppose everywhere else is breakfast. And then we have dinner.
Yeah.
Dinner in Nigeria is the night meal.
Yes. What
But
here
then
is otherwise.
dinner here means lunch.
Yeah.
So, and then the dinner time is usually 12 in most cases, 12 o'clock. So we have breakfast, we have dinner, and then we have tea. But in Nigeria, what we've got is breakfast, lunch, dinner. So breakfast, yeah, it's easy. But when you hear dinner here, just know that they're talking about the afternoon meal time.
Yeah.
Oh, it's dinner time, it's dinner time. Are you coming over for dinner? Can we have dinner? Don't be thinking someone is asking you to come and have an evening meal. No. Dinner is afternoon meal. We call it lunch in Nigeria, or
Yeah.
here it's dinner. Now, evening meal here is tea. Here, tea time. It's tea time. It's tea time. And we call it what? Dinner.
Dinner.
So we've got breakfast, dinner, tea here in
It took me a
England.
couple of times,
Yeah.
and it took me a while to kind of memorize and get that into my brain.
I couldn't get my head around it quickly. let me give you an instance, a story. So I went for a job interview, and most jobs here run on shifts.
Yeah.
Okay, so then I was still naive, I was still new. So I went for a job interview. I actually passed, and the interviewer was asking for my. It's flexible. Most jobs are flexible here.
Yeah.
So you could work in the morning, afternoon, or evening, or even night.
Yeah.
You could run a night shift. Whatever works well for you.
For you.
It's so flexible here. Flexible jobs everywhere. So the lady wanted to know my flexibility as well as my available dates to work. So when she was trying to check how flexible I could be in terms of the time, so she asked, okay, can you work in the morning? I said, yeah. So she ticked. And then she said, what about
Dinner time.
dinner time? And in my head, I was like, dinner time?
Who works that time?
Why will I work at dinner time? Dinner time it should be like from 6.
Yeah.
I couldn't wrap my head around that dinner time. So I said no. She crossed, she marked that as no. And then she said tea time, and I became more confused.
Yeah.
Tea time, I was like,
How will I have breakfast in the morning and again they'll be asking me for tea time in the
tea
evening?
time. We have tea. We drink tea in the morning most times.
Yeah.
So she asking me, I was confused. So tea time, at that point I had to come out and say, I don't know what you mean. I was so honest. I said, I don't get what you mean by that. So she started laughing. She said, okay. So we'll start again. Breakfast, as in the morning, can you do an early shift? I said, yes. Dinner time. I said, dinner is around 6. She laughed. She said, no, dinner is 12. So can you work midday? I said, yes. Then she said, tea time. Tea time is the evening meal time. That's around 5. So are you okay to work a late shift? An evening shift, like from 5, And then she asked for night. I said, yes. So that was how. But since then, I just know, oh, okay. So we've got breakfast, lunch, and when you hear tea time, don't be thinking, oh, are we having a drink or something? If it's a drink, it will be clear, You'll be asked if you want a drink, would you like a hot drink or something? But if you hear something like tea time, they're actually talking about dinner time. That's our own dinner time.
Nigerians dinner time.
Nigerian dinner
And when
time.
you hear about dinner times, just know that it's your Nigerian lunch time. So
Yeah.
don't get confused because sometimes it might be biased and you'll be like, oh my god, I just don't understand what is happening. Which one is breakfast, dinner, and tea?
And tea, and you'll be So that's it, the meal time. So we've got breakfast, dinner, tea time, which is the same thing as our breakfast, lunch, dinner. They have supper. Supper is supper.
Yeah.
Also back home, so that's fine. So that's number 3. Yeah, what?
And that brings us to the next interesting word, messing about.
Ooh, Hey,
Please,
don't be messing about
can
here.
you just tell me what comes to mind when you hear the word messing about?
Elizabeth, don't be messing about here.
Actually,
Messing about.
when you hear the word messing about, it's not all about farting around or something like that. It's all about you not being serious, that you're not serious at all in what you're doing. So when they say, stop messing about you, girl, you'll be like, okay, oh, I'll stop it. Not that. They'll tell you, Elizabeth, you're messing around. And you'll be like an African girl now, you'll be like,
You're like,
hey, has she
me?
been fatting?
No, you'll be like, me?
Me?
But I didn't.
I
I
didn't
didn't
fart.
fart. So why would they be saying I'm messing up? I'm not messing about. I didn't fart, did I?
No.
You
So
know?
messing around simply
Yeah.
means not being
Yeah,
serious. So
not
when
being
they say,
serious, or maybe usually it's most times they use it jokingly, stop messing with me, or or something like stop messing about, It's just more like saying be serious or
yeah.
stop joking or something. That's what I mean. So
So when you hear the word messing about, just know that is that you're not being serious. So they
yeah,
want you to be serious. That's why they say you should stop messing
yeah,
around.
they're not insulting
They're
you
not
really.
insulting you, and
No,
nobody's telling you that you're fatting
no,
or
no, no.
you're,
It's just,
passing gas or something
Yeah,
like that.
no,
That's
not
not
that.
it.
So that brings us to the fifth one,
Yeah.
Elizabeth. That word love,
Love.
love. So here in England, you hear a lot of people use that word love. Hi, love. Hello, love. Thanks,
Thanks,
love.
love.
Oh, you're right, love. Oh, thank you, love. You hear it, love, 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 love all over the place, carelessly
Yeah.
used most times. When you come around and you start hearing love, don't start getting ideas don't start, imagining that, oh, I think this babe fancy me. Ooh, oh, look at this clean babe. Oh, thank you. You might just go to a store and, you finish shopping, you've done your payment, and, maybe the nice lady that attended to you, the paying teller
Yeah.
or receiving teller,
Yeah.
or what's it called?
The stuff.
Attendant?
Yeah.
The teller point anyway. And maybe, just like a kind of gratitude or something like trying to
Appreciate.
appreciate you for shopping with us. Oh, thanks, love. Thank you.
See you next
See you next
time,
time,
love.
love. Don't start getting idea, in there that, oh, I think she fancy me. Oh,
That's not
that's not
it.
it. That's not what they're saying. So don't start nursing, or don't start thinking maybe the person is harassing you sexually
Emotionally
or being
attached.
emotionally attached. Oh, no, no, no. It's a word that is used carelessly. Love, love, love. However, they also have another version of it. When that is said to you, they mean it. I mean, they are honest about it.
Yeah.
If an English person should tell you, I love you,
They really mean it.
they really, really mean it. They honestly mean it. They don't use it carelessly. They will not say, I love you carelessly.
Yeah.
They don't use it carelessly.
Yeah.
See, there are two different contexts now. There's the other context that, is just love. I mean, like an adjective, is it? Come on, English teacher. Like an adjective, maybe, oh, thanks, love. Hi, love. Are you okay, love? Are you all right, love? It's just an adjective, to qualify, or to just showing appreciation kind of thing.
Yeah.
It's different. But in this context, if an English person should tell you, I love you, then they really, really do, because they don't use that
You're
careless.
telling you about their feelings towards you.
They're telling you about their feelings. So you need to know the difference between the two.
Hi, love.
Hi, love.
I love you.
I love you. It's not the same.
Yeah.
But if an African man should tell you, I love you, Elizabeth, what will you do?
Run for your life.
If an African man should tell you, I love you, run for your life. Do you know that song? Run for your life.
I don't know.
Run for your life. Oh no, we're just joking anyway.
You
But
get some
really,
people who are truly
yeah,
meant
we were just joking.
Who truly
But the
mean
truth
what.
is, if an African person is telling you, I love you, it
There are
might
a
be
lot of
true,
things to
but
do.
in most cases, is deceit.
Yeah.
Is deceit. Yeah, is deceit. And the reason is because I think we don't know the weight of
Such words.
of such words. You know, we don't seem to realize how heavy. So if you don't mean it, don't say it.
Yeah.
That's what we're saying here. If you don't mean it, don't say it. You don't have to. It's carelessly said in Africa. Yeah, I love you, but it's all deceit. So coming into a new environment,
You need to be careful.
you need to be very careful how you tell somebody I love you.
Or how
Because you
use
might
the
end up
word
in prison.
Sorry, or how you use the word sorry.
How you use
Because
the word.
maybe back home in Nigeria, when someone just sneezes, you'll be like, you'll be like, sorry. But here, I've had an experience when when a white lady was sneezing, I just said sorry when I came in nearly. The lady was like, what for?
What
Why are you telling me sorry? I'm like, oh my God.
Yeah, that's another one. Sorry.
Yeah,
Yeah, you
sorry.
really have to be. I
You
mean,
really need to.
we use it so carelessly. Oh, sorry.
But here, you
No,
have to be very
you
careful.
have to be careful, because
Really
if you
use
use
it.
the word sorry, that means you've really done something wrong.
Wrong. Yeah.
You've really done. So in some instances, if you use that word sorry, you're actually, tying yourself,
Yes.
confession kind of, or just submitting to guilt.
Yes.
You're submitting to guilt. That's what it means. So you don't use sorry carelessly here. There, back home, we just say things. Oh, every little thing. Sorry. Oh, sorry. Oh, sorry.
Mommy,
Oh,
I'm
sorry.
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 Yes, I'm
This
sorry. If you sneeze, sorry. Don't
You
do
know,
that
don't
here
do that here.
because
No,
you'll
no,
be
no, no.
embarrassed.
You'll be embarrassed, or
With
you
the
might
kind
even
of-
you might end up where you don't want to be.
Yes.
So don't be careful how you use that word.
Yes.
Sorry. But also be careful how you tell somebody I love you in England,
Yeah.
because you might end up in prison, especially if you do not mean it.
It's true.
Telling a lady I love you here, you're putting stuff in the person's head.
Yeah.
And if you really do not mean it,
Don't think about saying it.
don't say it. Don't say it. Don't say it. So that's about it, guys, for today.
Hope you learned something.
Hope you learned something new and interesting. If you have, please leave comments. Okay, leave comments and
And like us. Like us.
like us.
Yeah.
Unless you don't like our face,
Yeah.
Come on.
Aren't we pretty?
like us, because we like you.
And comment.
And comments.
Thank you.
Thank you, and then we'll see you again soon. Bye,
Bye.
from Abby
And
and
Elizabeth.
Bye-bye.
Bye.